Last game of the night. Let's get it. Nobody got the game scheduled in MSL yet? I thought you was playing, World. So what he said? He said he can't play at all tonight. Yeah, you got to inbox him. Uh,
It's called the greatest setting in college football, and even if the skies open up, that pales in comparison to the purple rain that will be unleashed by the homestanding Washington Huskies. You work the entire season to put yourself in position to thrive, to excel in games like this. A late season top 10 showdown, playoff implications aplenty. As we see the number 17 in the country, the Texas Tech Red Raiders, taking on the winners of 5 straight, the Washington Huskies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Red Raiders will kick it away first. A special teams miscue right off the bat, and they'll take over in really good field position. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense getting set for first down. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. They'll run it. He breaks a tackle. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. When the Huskies are moving on the ground like this, you will bow down to Washington.
tell you what, with all the rain they get out there in Washington, you better have a dependable ground game that you can go to and establish that tempo. Obviously, harder to throw the football in the rain, so dominant physical trenches.
Really nice looking pinpoint throw there. And when I think back to Husky QBs, you think about Warren Moon, you think about Mark Brunell, the Heward brothers. What about Jake Browning? All made really good decisions. This guy, he's got a lot of arm talent, but he's also very smart.
Knocked down at the 29 after a pickup of 4. It's pretty obvious what's at stake here, guys. A top 10 matchup, winner, good shot at the playoff, and the loser is probably going to need some help.
Yeah, so further cementing your resume, making that exclamation point on the schedule, giving that committee something to look at and go, here's a top 10 win. This is a big deal for my schedule. Big proving moment.
And that's why you play football for one of these two programs, for games like this, for the opportunity to reach the college football playoff. You knew these two teams were on a collision course. That's the opportunity ahead of you to go get it done in front of a lot of eyeballs watching.
It's a makeable field goal from the 29-yard line. Let's see how aggressive they are on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the big fella. He is smashing people. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8.
And that's a really good example of the quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the 3rd down, now setting up 1st and goal.
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Washington.
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the 2nd level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And it was capped off with the 8-yard run. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. He's going to pass. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Firing to the right, complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get into the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
Sends it downfield. And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. On the move, it's Diaz. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
He just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
I just love the play call. You're getting a fast player out in the open field, and it's enough to get you a first down.
Now on first down from the 43-yard line. From the gun, running back on the move. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
He's looking to throw. Unloads to the right. He's got it. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21.
Man, what a nice play in the passing game there. We were all in the car driving over here together in the snow, and we were wondering, is anybody going to be able to even complete a pass in these conditions? Well, I guess we just got our answer there. It's not easy, man. As a quarterback, the ball is slippery, and for receivers or anybody running routes, it's hard to get in and out of breaks, but they might have been throwing that ball in Miami. I mean, that looked beautiful and on time.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, we clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Unloads quickly. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
They're bringing heat. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
Great timing by the defense there. Obviously, the offense has the ball in the red zone. You're trying to create a negative play to back them up. They do that with the sack, and if they're now going to try a field goal, it's going to be a little more work for the kicker.
Absolute shame. Missed it. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Boy, 3-and-out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really quick.
They're not playing tonight?
Something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
This is about to be the longest playoffs in freaking history. He was just in here. He just finished playing Lloyd.
Second and 7. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Getting some heat. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just chews up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it.
Open runway ahead. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football, get multiple hats, because he is not easy to bring down.
Washington coming to the line with another first down. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. On the run, it's Cook. They wrestle him down after he picks up 6 inside the 20 and down at the 18.
I know the passing game sells and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Hand off from the shotgun. Defense there to stop him after he picked up a yard. Ball's at the 17.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
And here comes play number 6 of the drive. Quarterback checking the play. Wants to throw on third. And he's got it! Touchdown, Husky! Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you get hit in the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominating at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. Quick completion to the right. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
Man, this guy is so dynamic, and that's why you want to try to get him the ball as many ways as you can. That time it's a screen throw, and he had some nice blocks downfield, but with his speed and elusive running ability, this dude is dangerous.
Now on 2nd down. Fast motion from the offense. They'll run it from the gun. He locked up and held on to bring him down.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line. Being so good at the point of attack, unencumbered and get to the football.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
Really nice job on third down by this offense. This offense has struggled on third downs throughout the season, not even in the top 50. But you know what? When you make it third and short, when you have the run-pass option and you're not predictable, you can be more successful. So let's see if this offense can continue to put themselves in good positions.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
He's looking for a man on 2nd down. Gets it out fast. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give him a first down.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
Handoff to the single running back. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Gives it to the back on the draw. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Well, you have to find a way to create some hesitation on defense when you're selling the draw play. They just didn't do it well enough there.
Yeah, it's got to be the offensive line and the quarterback and the running back. They all have to work together to show pass set up front, act like it's a throw for the quarterback, not rush it, but the defense clearly not fooled, got in the backfield, got the tackle for a loss.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. A strike downfield. Touchdown, Red Raiders! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. LSU is currently ahead in this one in Death Valley, but it's been a close one so far. They're up by 7 over Mississippi State. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. The give to the back. Turns it on in midfield. He now has 84 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing.
Wow, how about the stop-start speed? That reminds you of Napoleon Kaufman or Bishop Sankey, Myles Gaskin, great Washington Husky running backs of years past that just made defenders look silly because of that stop-start ability. This dude has some wheels.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Right back to the well. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Looking to throw on 2nd down. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. It's 3rd down, and the line to gain is the 36. From the gun, wants to pass. Unleashes one. Finds a man in the middle. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a 1st at the 29.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line. Good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
He'll keep it himself. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Terry. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. They've built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Looking for the touchdown on 3rd and goal. The throw. Makes his connection. And he's wrestled to the ground. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. All they need is a field goal to make it a 2-score game, but they are going for the jugular and the touchdown here on 4th and goal. Here comes the option. Quick toss. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Husky. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. And it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. Just about set to kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Bulldozes his way through. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your...
And the ball is intercepted. Trying to take it back. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
When that snow's coming down, it's even thicker than rain. It just affects the football. You can't get as much juice on it. And you could tell the QB couldn't get it to the wide receiver where he wanted to. And the defender made a beautiful play.
3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. From the gun, the running back has it. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock.
Nice run there on 1st down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
Wide receiver shows motion. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Throws to the tight end. Makes the grab. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down. He's looking to throw it. Working the middle. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. The offense calls timeout. It's the 2nd one they've used this half. Washington comes to the line with a 1st and goal. Quarterback will audible. The snap sets up to throw. Touchdown, Washington! And they take it in for 6 more points. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. They thought maybe they could contain him. They thought wrong.
Don't call him a quarterback anymore. Just call these guys skill players. I mean, he's so fast, you can tell the angles just get chewed up. You think you got a chance to catch him. Tell you what, put that in your back pocket. Understand, that guy can fly. I better make sure I take the proper angles when I'm chasing him.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. From the shotgun, the inside give. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him
Bro,
down.
put your share screen up.
First half in the books. Time now.
Oh, he's not even in the chat. He put a screen up.
Time update. Washington ready to kick off to start this 2nd half. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23.
Hey, who are you talking to? There.
Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. They start this 3rd quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive. Like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So buckle up, get your mind right, and get ready to come back in this game.
And it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot. And this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up. But somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Using his feet to buy time. And here's a fumble way behind the line. And they lose the ball out of bounds. Big loss of yardage on that one, but at least they've got another shot. And the Red Raiders send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Six-yard pickup on first down. Leaves him with 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. Chucked it away just as he was hit. He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming in. There it is. Wideouts all wadded up in a bunch. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. He'll try to take it back. Inside the 10. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
3rd and Africa is extremely difficult. When I know it's a passing situation, I get to rush the passer and pin my ears back. I get to put more DBs on the field to drop back and really play pass coverage. You can tell the offense was trying to force it, trying to get that first down, makes the big mistake.
Giving him his pads. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Heftiness coming out on the goal line. Quarterback looking for just a crack on the sneak. Wedges, pushes, and he's over and in for the touchdown. Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
And he did get that extra point through, no problem with the frozen tundra beneath him. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Rasmussen. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Ready to fire from the pistol. Looking for a crease. It's Cook. Pushed his way ahead. Really good run to get it out to the 20. A pickup of 5.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical. They wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. They'll leave it with the lone back. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. They'll leave it with him. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive units.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Quarterback checking off. Leaves it with the back. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6.
Brings up 3rd down.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
Man, that's a couple bad throws. Last possession obviously ends in an interception by this quarterback, and now you throw another one, in harm's way. You got to make sure you're throwing to the open guy. Make sure you're taking care of that football. We can't have any more turnovers.
And the returner is stopped. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time, and they back it up here.
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled, you realize what's going on. Now, I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Fires to the wideout. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
Running back searching for a hole. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what.
He said Rufus not answering.
Are really stubborn. They continue to run the football, even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
On 2nd down, looking to throw. Ball in the air. Intercepted.
Because Rufus wasn't answering. Rufus played Lloyd. He started watching my share screen and then just disappeared, bro.
What a nice job intercepting the snowball there. The quarterback threw the snowball down the field. Couldn't get it to his wide receiver. Defensive back makes a great play.
Shit.
The snow definitely
Hey, I played Jackie. What, the day before yesterday?
Bow down to Washington. Keeping it on the ground with the running back.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They move the tight end all over. Now the play fake. Trying to get to it. Picked off. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line.
We've just seen in this game the ball has just gotten away from him a little bit. A couple of times, just hasn't been able to put it where he wants to. And as a result, that's now his 2nd pick thrown in this game.
Line gets set, 1st down. He wants to throw. Working that left side now. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a 1st down at the 44.
QBs, when you see zone covers, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. You had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, 1st down.
Going up top on first down. Gets away from... And the defense is there. He got away for a second, but not for long as they knock him down for a loss.
When you talk about outstanding pass rushers, you're always talking about dynamic guys. He's been that each and every week for this defense. Speed, he's got power. You just simply can't block him, and that last play is his 10th sack of the season.
And 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Red Raiders will send out the punt unit. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Looking for a productive play on first down. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball snapped, he's coming downhill, doing a good job creating the loss. That linebacker really knew what was going on.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Washington 28, Texas Tech 14.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. He just kept going backwards. You have to step up, and they get him for a safety. So after taking the safety, they'll line up for a free kick from their own 20. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play.
The return is tackled down at the 31. And the Texas Tech offense will take over 1st and 10.
Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you, and attack them.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. They're trying to get to him. He's going to take off. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down.
Most offensive coordinators want to be really aggressive on 2nd and short. And I love the quarterback here. He drops back the pass thinking being aggressive. Nothing available. Scramble. Give me an easy 1st down.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get 1st downs, and ultimately get some points.
Tackle is made after the 1st down.
Well, the good news is you got the 1st down running it there on 2nd and short, but the bad news is you're down by quite a bit here in the 4th quarter, and 2, 3, 4-yard gains aren't going to get it done. You've got to start chucking this thing vertically to get back in the game.
He chucks one out to the right. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Now on 2nd down after the incompletion. He's looking to throw. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. It's great for this quarterback to take shots down the field, but you just don't want it to feel like a give up or a chuck it up and hope kind of play.
And I think understanding the situation, now I'm on defense, right? If they're going to take shots down the field, maybe I'm a little bit more aggressive with my blitz, understanding that everything's going to take a little bit more time to develop if they're going to take those deep shots.
And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. They'll go with the running game on 4th down here. And the Red Raiders pick up the first down.
And I don't care where you're at on the field, 4th and inches, I like me. I like my chances of getting that, running the play I feel comfortable with, getting the first down.
Just inside the 30 at the 29, it's 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Throws to the wideout. It's caught. Touchdown, Red Raiders! A Lazarus-like comeback is underway. Old Uncle Mo has changed sidelines.
Look out, brother. Here's what happens, right? Something happens, get you close in the ball game. The defense needs to come out here, get a stop, get that ball back to the offense. Oh, Uncle Mo on your side.
And it's up and no good. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together. Get some good mojo going.
After picking up a couple in 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Karapateas. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right? Or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back. He's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Buys a little extra time. Zings it complete to the right. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. Really good patience and recognition. And how about the tight end? Just finding a hole and settling and waiting until the quarterback.
He's streaming, but he's not in the chat.
Completely changes. Once my QB gets outside the pocket, I got to see it, and I got to start working towards him. Or if I'm near him working away, nice job being on the same page, getting the 1st down.
And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
Well, we saw the coaching staff on the sideline challenging this offensive line to end this game. They've got the lead late now, and they know they're going to continue trying to run the ball to ice it.
He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? Taking it the other way. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Well, what a play by the defense there. Trailing here in the 4th quarter by 1 possession. Able to steal it away now and put their offense in position to at least go tie this game.
And this is almost certainly 4-down territory, down 6 and needing a touchdown in the point after to take the lead. Touchdown, Red Raiders! Somehow, they got up off the deck quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
And they did have to knock through the extra point to move on top, and they have the lead in the fourth. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Florida has the lead right now, but those Gator Chomps haven't come easy. They're in a tight one right now in Gainesville. They're up by just one over Kentucky. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
This is the biggest drive of the game, but the offense has to stay cool. No reason to panic. Then again, panicking is never a good idea, is it? And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
You spread me out, I'm going to speed you up. Nice job. They go empty. Nobody in the backfield to help the quarterback block. The linebacker comes right up the gut, gets to the quarterback, gets him on the ground.
He's going to pass on second down. He tries to take the top off. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
Well, the defense is starting to figure it out, I think. It's taken him some time. This guy already has 2 touchdown catches. That time, though, they were in a better position in coverage to force the incompletion.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's 4th and long. Like, it's one thing if it's 4th and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
So from his own end zone, the punt is away. On the return, it's Diaz. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. And he won't quite get there. But, boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
Coming out on second down, trying to put this one away. Touch pass on the run. Shakes off the defender. The Red Raiders get enough to move the chains.
I love the idea, and I love just finding ways to get your best players out in the open field. This pre-snap motion and using it to their advantage on that last play, I think that was a nice call.
We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. Offense picking up steam, 1st and 10 from the 31. From the gun, running back gets to give. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll put the tight end in motion. They'll go right back to him. Powers through the defender. And he does a really nice job finding